This one TikTok, this woman explains how she lost her 15-year-old cousin to them, who they made sign a billion-year contract to them.
Bro, if I ever had to sign a contract to join a religion, I am not in right state of mind. Goofiest religion on earth by Tommy NFG. What religion y'all think he talking about, man? I gotta guess. I ain't gonna say it, but I gotta guess. Let's see who he talking about.
As of me recording this video in 2026, the world's population is 8.3 billion. And out of that number, over 50% of the population follows an Abrahamic religion, being either Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. Of course, as we all know, these groups have gotten along perfectly fine throughout history and nothing bad has ever.
I was about to say something, but then I just realized I'm not getting too deep into the religion shit. So just for my peace of mind, I'm not going to speak on anything other than what is mentioned in this video.
Happened between them, and there's nothing in modern times you could point out to prove this. Hopefully that passes the YouTube demonetization test. After that, you have other big ones like Hinduism and Buddhism and tribe religions, usually not causing too much ruckus like the countries that follow Abrahamic religions. And yes, I say that as a Christian, it's just facts, alright? But the one quote-unquote religion that everyone comes together to make fun of and has been getting trolled since its dawn is Scientology. And I just have to say before getting into this topic, I, Tommy NFG, am not. I love my life and live a great life. I would never take my own life in a million years. The only way would be if I got spoiled on the One Piece ending. Funniest thing about—
Yo, Tommy, you watching One Piece, bro? Yo, I ain't even people said that, gang. Yo, shout out to Tommy and FG, gang. I ain't even know my nigga watch One Piece, but shout out to him. Same here, bro. Everything he said, apply that to me, gang. Yo, W Tommy.
Scientology is it has—
Hold up, I'm gonna like this video right now. I don't even give a fuck.
Nothing to do with science. Guess they just named it because it had a ring to it. The cross also has nothing to do with it. It's not associated with Christianity. Scientology was created in the early 1950s, and the first church was opened in December 1953. It was created by a man named L. Ron Hubbard, who, as you've probably heard by now—
I'm not even gonna lie, he just looks like a con man. He just looks like a con man. I'm not even gonna lie. Honestly, I'm saying this right now before we go any further so y'all can know where my head is at. Scientology is a cult slash con, bro. Like, why do you think Tom Cruise is the fucking face of that shit? They get dumb people to come invest and spend their money and fucking just be retarded. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's dumb. Like, I'm very critical about religion, so I'm definitely about to be critical about this shit.
Was a science fiction writer before founding Scientology. Totally nothing suspicious on that. I think we just ignore that low detail for now. It's mainly focused on weeding out the bad things in your mind.
Yo, these videos be so swag, where it'd be like the wizard like sitting and it just be the storm and all that, and he just be smoking. Yo, I might even make that my profile on some shit.
And I'm not joking, the way you
like
do
this
is you
so
sit
swag.
down with their own custom meter tool, and a counselor they hire makes you hold electrodes to the meter, which they say measures your stress, and they ask you to recall your traumatic life events until you reach a state of relief. The problem is clear now. They just haven't heard of looks maxing. They just need a quick lesson from Clavicular on how to bring their cortisol levels down.
Oh, she said pizza? Pizza? What she— Every fucking time there's
Apparently, ex-members say it acts like a lie detector and is used for their interrogations. If you're telling me Scientology made a better lie detector than the actual they use in law enforcement, no wonder people are scared of them. How did they get the engineers to make this? Their main—
Also, I'm gonna say, if most of them lie detectors that are being used are so bullshit that they're inadmissible in court most of the time, what makes you think a religion created by a nigga who writes science fiction is gonna have a lie detector that works better than the ones that US officials use, bro? Government officials. Think about it.
Belief is in a god named Xenu who killed billions of people on Earth 75 million years ago. And because of that, all of those little spirits slash souls attached to humans that cause us all our mental suffering and is why humanity is so terrible now. I will say, after learning this, I can understand why this made a core religion. This would be a horrible TV show or movie. Type of to end up on IMDb with a 1 star. Every year, Scientology becomes more and more irrelevant with everyone making fun of it. The only thing keeping it running still is a generation at this point I don't think I even have to point out. You can all assume who it is. Boomers are their main demographic and core followers. They still manage to recruit younger people just at a way less scale. The other thing is all of the celebrities in it who really are the only reason they still get mainstream attention. Tom Cruise might as well be the CEO of it the way he bring attention to Scientology. When you have one of the biggest actors preaching your religion, people are
why is he running like that?
We're gonna talk about it. Scientology is facing one big problem though. The way they operated and how they were able to get away with so much was by silencing critics by any means and being intimidating to anyone who tried to be a whistleblower.
No, I heard about that shit, bro. Them stories, bro. The way them niggas be moving is like, bro, if he goes into full detail, you're about to see why he put that disclaimer in the beginning, bro. Like, I am gonna say my shit no matter what, because who the fuck am I? But again, not thinking about ending my life. Love my life for what it is, and hopefully to make it better. I have plans to travel. I have like shit to do. Like, I have goals to achieve. So I would never commit a self-exit act.
They actually were kind of good at doing it too. Fun fact, Scientology in the 1970s managed to infiltrate the government with spies working in government offices. It's funny that out of all other countries that try their best to have spies in the US and try to steal hidden info in the American government, that an organization who believes we're all floating spiritual sperms just attached to random bodies managed to do it. People say they still try to intimidate and have teams look for any type of criticism. Maybe that worked more in the past when less people were on social media. I feel the internet is so big and they get so much hate, it'd be damn near impossible to get everyone. If they send some unmarked vans in front of my place, I'll let y'all know though. Recently though, a trend emerged on TikTok which put them back in the spotlight, which is people going to different Scientology buildings and running through them like Subway surfers trying to get the best record. If they had any—
Bro, I seen one and it was my first time seeing that shit, and I'm not gonna lie, that shit was funny as hell. That shit was funny as hell. I ain't gonna cap. Like, usually I don't like dumb shit like that or ignorant shit like that, but that shit was funny. That shit was funny.
Any intimidating aura, this trend threw that all in the trash.
Is this the exact video? No, this is not even the exact video, but this is crazy, gang.
Now, if you're asking, is this illegal? Probably, but it's funny as hell. Honestly,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Because especially when it be like large groups of them, they all just go in and just start fucking just like running past everything and shit. And that should be funny as hell, bro. But no, they gotta go in there and be mad tech with it, bro. Because they always, I don't know why, I'm saying always, like I didn't just say I seen one, well shit, going based off these two. But bro, they always go down, but they don't never go up. Like they, bro, like somebody need to sit there, examine all the different videos, right? And then like, cause I don't know if this is the same building. I'm saying this as if it is. But see what paths they took, be like, all right, bet they went there, so what if we go there? And then like they could also like bounce ideas off of people that been there to see who could get to the height. Like that shit would be tough. I ain't gonna lie.
I have no clue how a trend like this even starts. Someone just posts one and it goes viral randomly. But no one really cares and people find it funny because Scientology is not a good faith operating organization. It operates like a cult where you basically have to spend your whole paycheck to understand more and more. There's countless people that post on TikTok alone how either a family member or friend have cut off all contact with them after joining at the decision of Scientology. For example, on this one TikTok, this woman explains how she lost her 15-year-old cousin to them, who they made sign a billion-year contract to them. Yes, you heard that right.
A billion-year contract.
It would probably take—
Bro, if I ever had to sign a contract to join a religion, I am not in right state of mind. I have a gun to my head and I'm being manipulated, bruh. $1 billion-year contract to Scientology? Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Even if it was a gun to my head, shit, just pull that shit.
Like your whole lifespan trying to count how many generations of people that is in the family. Apparently it's just a symbolic contract and courts don't hold it up because that will get shut down ASAP. And if you sign—
I was about to say, because if I ever like hear about a nigga going in that shit and them trying to leave and they be about to, well, technically if you look right here in Article 3.45, you and your soul and all your belongings for the rest of your life and your kid's life and your grandkids' life and their, like, bro, that's insane.
you're required to work 100+ hour weeks where you get an allowance of $50. This shit is just modern slavery with a logo behind it. They don't care if it's their family they have to betray. The niece of the current leader of Scientology right now explained how they pretty much tried to hold her hostage and prevent her from leaving.
My name is Ÿ Miscavige. My uncle's the leader of Scientology, and I escaped when I was 22. When I finally decided to leave Scientology, they tried to get to me in the last way they knew that they could, by keeping my husband at the time and convincing him to stay. I was ready to leave, and Scientology ordered me to sign a document saying I would never speak ill about Scientology or else I would pay them millions of dollars. I refused. They said if I didn't get an interrogation on their e-meter, which involved them holding me in a room, videotaping me, asking me invasive questions, and attempting to get blackmail information, they would never let me talk to my friends again.
I know there's gonna be a couple of brain dead idiots saying, But Tommy, how about all the other religions who try to do this stuff? Yeah, no shit. It's not good when anyone does it. Just talking about the
Like, bro, they're gonna sit there and be like, well, Christianity back when, I mean, obviously, nigga. Like, that's why I'm hypocritical about fucking religion. Like, every religion has a background of just, like, not good shit, bro. It's so bad. And then I feel like Christianity, I'm super critical about because that shit goes back for hundreds of years, gang. Like, they been on bullshit. And it's, like, it's sick. Like, honestly.
Abrahamic religions. I don't think you would walk in most churches or mosques or synagogues and have the leaders there saying you have to drop thousands before being let in. The speed runs have been happening so much, people have been building a map of the Scientology building.
Yes, that's the method. That's the method. Okay, what's the layout? That's the basement. Got the basement, that's the exit. All right, I think the video I seen, they ended up going to the basement on accident and going to the exit. But let's see. I'm guessing... Where's the entrance? That's an exit. Okay, so if this the entrance, dude, boom, 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 boom. That's the down. And shit, is this shit all basements, gang? What the fuck? That's the office room right here. So you wouldn't want to bust any of them initial first turns. You don't want to do that. Then we got, okay. So for any of my niggas that plan on doing this shit, right? You got two main exits. You gotta be willing to do this shit. You got boom. The first one is you need to bail on impact. Then the second one is if you end up accidentally going to the basement. Just keep that in mind. But if you go to the basement, as soon as you peep you down there, bust that immediate right and then just follow it. I ain't gonna lie, we need like floor plans though. We need like the second floor. Has anybody made it to the second floor? Y'all gotta post that shit if y'all did.
Specifically, a lot of these are happening in the LA Scientology building. They like to put the buildings in popular areas, by the way, to trick people who have no idea what it is and try and get them to join. And every day, like it's a war in the Middle East or something, a part of it gets mapped out even more. First, they only had the first floor. Then someone did the basement.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the video I seen is when they got the basement. This is a good ass layout though. We need upstairs though. Is this upstairs? Is this upstairs?
They added it. And now people are getting different maps for ones in different states and across the world. They got one in Salt Lake City, Utah, so there's probably a speed run coming soon there. I feel like if anyone was to do it in Utah, it would be Mormons. They don't play about Joseph Smith over there. I wouldn't be surprised if this manages to go worldwide. They do have multiple HQs around different parts of the world. Because so many people film vids trolling the Scientology LA place, one of the girls has become popular herself named Shannon. To the point where people take pics with her like she's a celebrity. She does not play about defending the Scientology.
I see. Bro, this shit was so funny. She sat there, she was like, get out! Get out! Bro, this is comedy, gang. I don't care. I don't care.
For her, if Scientology goes down, she might as well go down with them. People also stop by the building because they think she's fine. Y'all niggas are such gooners that you would join a
She ain't bad.
cult just to have the chance to talk to someone. People be making whole ass edits of Scientology workers they think are sexy.
shit. That could be another method, though, y'all. Y'all got peep. That could be another. And they got like some fine black shit, bro. That's some method, gang. They trying to be like, yo, come this side. We got all the fine shit in here, yo. Like, come on, bro. Y'all don't want a chance to talk to Shannon? Y'all want a chance to talk to Shannon? Like, that's the method. And especially nowadays where everybody going the hell out, bro. That's the method, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They on a whole nother level with it. Scientology, they on some shit, bro.
As much as we can make fun of them, they do know what reels people in. They 100% pick the most conventionally attractive people.
That's what I'm saying.
It's already
bro.
a known thing. That's how a lot of cults work. They put the nicest, finest person in front of your face to get you in. Believe it or not, there's people who are defending Scientology and telling people to stop the harassment, acting like Scientology doesn't harass people every day. They will go out their way by hiring spies or private investigators to track people who leave. But having people run through their building a couple of times is where you draw the line. The trend has gotten so bad that they decided to completely remove their door handles to the building. This is a building code violation and a fire hazard, by the way. Imagine Xenu started a fire and they couldn't get out because no employee had a key to the lock. I imagine it's only a matter of time before the kids start breaking the glass to the doors. Now that they notice people aren't falling for the propaganda, and especially younger generations, they've started to up their social media presence mainly on TikTok to try and get right with the kids. There's this one account named Scientology Minnesota, which is purely a propaganda account. And of course they had to get the most Chad looks-maxing guy to make the TikToks.
Hey.
Hey.
Is that the Church of Scientology?
Yeah, come inside.
Does Scientology believe in God?
Yeah.
Does Scientology make you sign a billion-year pledge?
No.
Does Scientology believe in past lives?
Big time.
Do you have to wear that uniform to be a Scientologist?
Only if you want to.
Crazy thing is, people be falling for it. Yeah, he would get me into Scientology. Sign me up. I want him to teach me everything. We are too gooned out, man.
That's crazy, bro. Like, see, they even got one for they got Shannon for the females, bro. Like, that's wild. I'm not even that surprised though. That's easy methods. That's easy methods, bro. Shit, Kamala was doing the same thing when she was running for president, bro. You had gooned out niggas sitting there making edits of her.
Oh, remember? I know for a fact some of the Scientology members be looking in the comment sections and like the glaze. Some of them have whole ass lives outside of the building. I'm surprised they don't read more comment sections and decide to leave. They also have hired more security at the building apparently to stop it. I don't know how much that will work considering people have still done it with security there. I like to think the police in LA have gotten so many calls from Scientology. They just throw all the police files in a bin they never check. Because if they're getting constant complaints for little things like that compared to actually solving dangerous crimes, they can definitely skip on some kids running through the building with meta glasses. Anyways, that's gonna be it. I'll let y'all know if they capture me and try to interrogate me. Hopefully not. Follow me on.
No, I was gonna say though, bro, there even used to be like cases where like people report going to like towns where there's like people that's nothing but like believe in Scientology. And like some people will go in there and there'd be reports of them being like followed by people and all types of shit, bro. Scientology is like that's a cult. A W video, Tommy. Loved it, made me laugh. Found out my boy is a One Piece fan, so you know we love that, gang. But yeah, that's it.
Get them going, coughing up the slugs. Niggas for money, don't steal it.